Hello, I'm here with...
Gabby.
Hello, Gabby. What do you think about crab hunting?
What am I supposed to think about crab hunting?
That's right. No one knows anything about crab hunting, and we're about to teach you all about crab hunting. Thank you, Gabby.
Thanks.
Don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool to be on TV, so all the folks back home can see me, and that I'm living it out, all the things I used to dream about. Yeah, it's pretty great singing on stage, proud cause there ain't an empty seat in the place. But girl, ever since I met you, I got a whole new perspective. If I'm gonna be famous for something, I wanna be famous for loving you. If I'm gonna be known around the world, I wanna be 'cause of you, girl. Nothing wrong.
Hello, my name is Cajun.
Hello, my name is George.
Hello, my name is Cridgen.
Hi, Captain Magic.
And we're the Dads!
I would say that overfishing basically kills off too many of the fish sometimes, and then they can't repopulate because we rely on food to eat. So if we hunted every single deer on the planet, they would all be dead, and then we would never be able to eat deer again. So we want to be careful about how much we overfish or overhunt anything that sustains life on the planet. And then there's also the ecosystems and how they interact with each other. Every animal on the planet, except for humans, somebody else's prey. So if you overfish one type of fish or animal, then you're also taking away another species' food source, and that can really disrupt the numbers of certain predators and their food supply.
How does overfishing affect coral reefs?
So overfishing removes top predators from coral reefs. So the loss of fish at the top of the food chain reduces the ability to eliminate algae and other problems that can overrun coral reefs. So the loss of these predators allows algae to overgrow and suppresses coral.
They have the trees. We just are looking to help them look for people to come plant the trees.
Well, obviously, if we fish out all the fish, there's no more fish. And then we end up with not enough food for the rest of the world that lives on fish. And we screw up the ocean and lessen its productivity. And so overfishing is short-term versus long-term thinking.
It's National Forest, Ohio Land Trust, Ventura Land Trust, Ventura Botanical Gardens.
How do you feel about fishing? Do you like fishing? What kind of fish do you like? You like shells. Shells are pretty good, right?
What do you know about overfishing and crab hunting?
Say it again?
What do you know about overfishing and crab hunting and what its effects on the environment are?
Oh, well, I think I heard a statistic that there's like, I want to say 95% of the fish.
Awesome. How do I plant a tree?
How do you plant a tree? They will teach you. See, you don't need to know much. You just need to be willing and happy.
How do you guys feel about crab hunting and how it can affect the environment?
I like the way crabs taste.
So how does overfishing affect the coral reefs?
We have more plantings coming. Our goal, 1 million trees around the world before
1 million trees.
2019 Earth Day.
Hey, what do you think about overfishing?
I think overfishing's pretty bad.
Well, it's not a feeling, it's at least common sense. No, overfish anything! Duh.
What happens if you overfish?
Wait a minute.
You don't have any common sense.
One of the causes of overfishing is that there's very little regulation of, fishing in rural countries and many of the other countries that are not the United States. And because of this, people go ahead and fish as much as they want to make a profit. In international waters, for example, there's nobody to regulate this fishing problem. And because of that, people just do whatever they want.
So fishing areas are largely unprotected. Just over 1.5% of the ocean is actually watched and designated as a protected area where you can't fish at all. And the countries that don't have fishing regulations or guidelines, they don't really have a way to track what kind of fishes are being taken away and overfished. So it's really hard to know what fishes are being overfished, and without knowing the proper amount of fish that are being overfished, it's really easy for a lot of fishermen to slip under the radar, as you could say, getting away with just getting whatever fish they want and really not keeping track of the fish population at all.
The problem with overfishing is that as the top predators are overfished, such as tuna, the smaller fish are able to grow more in abundance and the population increases. And as the population increases, they eat more of the kelp, and the kelp and coral reefs start to slowly decrease in health. And as the smaller fish are overfished, they stop eating all the algae, and algal bloom occurs. And algal bloom is when there's too much algae, and that disrupts the ecosystem and causes the entire food web to go into chaos.
The main food source and protein source for the average individual on a coast, especially developing countries, is fish. If those individuals overfish, they're reducing their long-term food supply because fish are the easiest to get a hold of due to the fact that most people can fish. Yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the solutions could be if retailers are educated on what companies they're buying from. Companies that have sustainable fishing habits. The limitations to that though are some retailers might not want to buy from sustainable fishing companies because it'll be more expensive. Gridgen, what do you think?
I think one solution might be working with governments of other countries to regulate their fishing practices and, kind of have international waters have some rules where they won't be able to fish certain types of fish that are more endangered than others and maybe overfish a certain type. The limitations to this would be, I guess, maybe the unwillingness of some governments to work with us, maybe due to how little money they might have, because most of the countries that generally have overfishing are third world countries.
I really love you, Miss Ashton. Please give us a good grade. I'm sorry this video is so bad.